Hi there, my name's Chandler Waddell. I want to discuss positive psychology, which is not untested self-help. It is not untested self-help. There's a tremendous amount of good scientific research that has gone into it. What positive psychology does is or what it's focused on doing is improving happiness, well-being, and resilience. Bouncing back from resilience being bouncing back from a bad situation, depression, a death in the family, just anything that really is taking its toll on you. Bouncing back in a day or two as opposed to a week or two, for example. And as I said, there's a tremendous amount of good scientific research, and much of the self-help that you're going to find in bookstores and libraries and online, they have some good material in many of the books, but it's hit and miss because you don't have that scientific research. Now, with what I present, how I differ from some of the other people that want to share this information with other people, is I applied everything to myself, and I started doing this for myself when I came to the realization, after having anxiety and depression and taking medication after medication and seeing counselors and therapists, psychiatrists, and so on for many years, I came to the realization that for me and for a lot of other people, the absence of anxiety and depression is not happiness. If you look at a scale, a happiness and well-being scale of -10 to +10, what traditional psychiatry tends to do, I'm generalizing, but what it's focused on doing, and Abraham Maslow talked about it, and a lot of people, I remember learning about Maslow in I think high school and definitely in college, just taking a basic psychology course that everybody had to take. Anyway, he had said that that's one of the things that traditional psychology and psychiatry doesn't do is focus on positive emotion and happiness. It stays primarily focused on getting rid of your discomfort, your misery, your depression, anxiety, OCD, bipolar, marital problems, and so on. And fixing all that stuff is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, you need to fix it, manage it. In some cases, you can only manage it. But I found that when I went from a negative wherever I was to a 0, it wasn't a great place to be. It was I don't know. I've called it Blahsville. It wasn't fulfilling. I've gotten into the plus range, and the higher I've gotten, the more amazed I've been. And it's amazing how, just one point, just a little improvement in happiness is really a huge thing, because it's for the rest of your life, and it's really a big deal. And people don't really know how happy they can be until they get there. You don't know what a certain level of happiness feels like if you've never felt like that before. And what positive psychology tries to do is to teach you things that are going to last, as opposed to going out and buying a new car and being happy for a week or two, or a new house, a month or two, or however long. So one of the principles is writing down 5 things that you're grateful for each day. No matter how bad your life is, you can come up with 5 things you're grateful for each day. And it helps, especially if you're going through a really tough time and it seems like everything sucks. And here you're writing down 5 great things that you're grateful for. It kind of points out the fact that, okay, life is not 100% horrible right now. I have these 5 great, these 5 things that I'm grateful for. So anyway, it's something that has been proven to be effective. And another one is being positive. My approach, how I differ from other people, is a couple of the ways is I've gone through everything myself, like I think I said, and felt the improvements. So while there's good scientific research, and that's the most important thing, I felt it. And I'll tell you how I did it. So, somewhere at some time they produced these results through their research. But I've got a worksheet and have made it really simple, and I've done it, and it's really simple, common sense stuff. Be more positive. Write down things you're grateful for. Make the best of every situation. I shoot for 100%. I work on one thing at a time. I write down the gratitudes, and then plus one other thing at a time, until it is pretty automatic, if not totally automatic, and who I am. So instead of faking it until I make it, I fake it until I become it. When my thinking habit has changed to the point where it's natural for me to to take an example of getting a blowout on the freeway, my rear tire, and I swerve, and I don't hit a car full of kids. I miss an important appointment, and it messes up my schedule. But when I don't complain about it all day and really let it screw my day up and give me a headache and put me in a bad mood and so on, when now I'll be grateful that it wasn't a front tire, because I probably would have swerved harder, and I probably would have hit that car. Good chance I would have hit that car. I could have killed people. I could have been killed. Several other people could have got killed. my car could have got mangled, and so on. So in that situation, I can be grateful. Not happy that it happened, but grateful that it turned out the way that it did, as opposed to the way it could have. So there's two ways to look at thousands of different things. And so shoot for 100% of the time, and you promise yourself and put it in writing. I've got it on my worksheet. So it's a template. It's for the most part the same template each day, and I just change, put my notes in, and I grade them so I can track stuff, track progress, which is really inspiring, and most of the time. And I track my overall level of happiness and well-being over time, and that's usually inspiring. So I shoot for 100%, and I don't beat myself up if I fail. I might think, I wish I'd done better, but and maybe you think about it for a half a minute and move on. You stay in the present and future, and leave the regrets in the past. You deal with them, and then move forward. So my contact information, in case anybody would like to work with me. I don't think I think there's probably a lot of life coaches. I doubt there are too many people that specifically do positive psychology coaching, that really have a good firm grasp on the material. And in my case, I've also worked through everything, and should have a book out here pretty soon too. But working with somebody, I would have loved to have had somebody to work with. So anyway, I'm happy to work with people, and whether it be over the phone, over through the computer, FaceTime, telephone, in person. I'm in the greater Seattle area. I've got a rough draft. I probably need to proof it one more time, but I'd probably be willing to sell my draft at a sale price before a publisher picks it up, or I end up self-publishing it. It's pretty much done. Well, very close. So my email address is it's Great Life Principles, plural, principles with an S at the end, Great Life Principles @hotmail.com. And my name is Chandler, CHAND as in dog, LER, Chandler Weddell, WED as in dog, another D, ELL, Chandler Weddell. So if you have a comment or question, would like to work with me, get a copy of my draft or anything else, feel free to contact me. And take care. Hope you got something out of this. And that's it. Bye-bye.